Welcome to the BabelBox video, Creating Venn Diagrams. In this tutorial, you will learn the basic functions of creating a Venn diagram. To start creating Venn diagrams, you will need to click onto the Venn icon located on the menu at the top of the screen. Venn diagrams are created using different sets of data. For the purpose of this video demonstration, we will be using EPOS data. To add a set of data to the interactive Venn whiteboard, first you must select the type of data set. These sets are created by using the column headers within your data. To do this, click on the drop-down menu icon beside Fields. For this demo, we will first select a couple of sets that are present within the Area Name section. To add these sets to the list, simply click onto the tick box beside the data set. To add a day of week as a data set, click on the drop-down menu field and search for a day of week. I have now selected day 6, as day 6 is represented as Saturday. Numbers between 1 to 7 represent the different days of the week. The final data set we will be adding to this Venn diagram will be a product description. For this demonstration, we will be using bangers and mash 40 grams. To create the Venn diagram, simply click Run Venn in the top right hand corner. This is the interactive Venn whiteboard. You can see that the 4 data sets we selected are now present within the whiteboard. If we click on one of the data sets and place it over another set, we will be presented with the query and the data belonging to that query. For example, if we drag Birmingham and North Midlands dataset over the day of week set number 6, we will be given a value of counts in which transactions occurred on a Saturday within the Birmingham North Midlands area. By highlighting that data section within the Venn diagram with your computer mouse, a text string will appear in the top left corner of the screen displaying the relationship of that data. This shows us that this piece of data or value is in relation to 6 and Birmingham and North Midlands. This means we are looking at data in regards to transactions that occurred on a Saturday within the Birmingham and North Midlands area. To the right of the screen is a control panel. The control panel shows the user a breakdown of each segment of the Venn diagram and displays the values within those sets. It is possible to change the colour of a Venn set. Simply click and drag one of the colour options over the Venn to change its colour. The colour options are found underneath the control panel. I am now going to click and drag and overlap all of the Venn sets to generate some interesting data queries. It is possible to query the underlying data within the overlapping Venn sets. I'm going to now see the data within a section of the Venn diagram. I would like to see the underlying data for bangers and mash sold on a Saturday in the Birmingham and North Midlands area. To do this, double click on the section of the Venn diagram. As you can now see, we are presented with the 125 rows of data which correspond to that particular section of the Venn diagram. To go back to the Venn diagram, hit the Back to Venn button, which is found in the top right corner of the screen. It is also possible to create separate datasets using one of the sections of the Venn diagram. To do this, click the Workspace tab found in the control panel and drag the section of the Venn diagram into the workspace. Once dragged into the workspace, you can add this dataset back into the diagram by dragging it out of the workspace and onto the interactive white area. This will then create a separate dataset. On screen, the dataset which has been created is in relation to bangers and mash sold within Birmingham and North Midlands area only. In order to reposition the newly created dataset, you must first make sure you have selected the Hit button located in the control panel. It is also possible to add totals to the Venn diagram by adding the total to the dataset. This is done using the same process as found in the crosstab section of BabelBox. The first total we are going to create will be transactions. First we will type transactions into the total label field. The second total we are going to add to our datasets will be sales value. Again, we will type sales value into the total label field. Next, we will adjust the total type to correspond with the sum. We can do this by clicking onto the field and locating it in the drop-down menu. We will also change the measurement to reflect the sales price. Again, just like with crosstab reports, we can alter the value format to change the presentation and configuration of the numerical values. Once you are happy with your selections, click Run Venn to apply the changes to the Venn diagram. The text boxes beside each of the sections have now updated to show the amount of transactions and the overall sales value within each data set. We are now going to look at some of the basic options within the Attributes section of BabelBox. The Attributes section of BabelBox can be located in the control panel. For this particular diagram, it is possible to change the display of the Venn diagrams to reflect transactions, total sales, or you can change the dynamic views of the data to show the number of employees which made the transactions, rather than the entries that made up the dataset. Just to demonstrate further, we are going to double click into a section of the Venn diagram to see the underlying data which corresponds to that particular section of the diagram. By using the icons at the top of the screen, we can export the report. To do this, click the Export button and fill in the required fields. To save the report within BabelBox, click the star save icon and fill in the necessary fields before saving. It is also possible to print the report. To do this, click the printer icon. We have now reached the end of the Creating Venns video.